hear them say you are being fired for following policy and following orders, I just don't understand how they can come to that decision.
Those words coming just moments after two IPS administrators heard they were being fired. New tonight, they're sharing their story with RTV6 and their involvement with the Shana Taylor scandal.
Our Call 6 team has been hard at work following this scandal from the very beginning and was the first in Indianapolis to break the news of their firing today. Call 6 Investigates Paris Lubell starts us off tonight with the emotional reaction. Paris.
Todd and Melissa, the decision was made in just about 15 minutes inside the board meeting tonight. And tonight, two longtime administrators are out of their jobs.
The motion carries by a vote of 5-0.
The decision was quick.
The motion carries by a vote of 5-0.
In two unanimous votes, Director of Student Services Deb Lesser and Assistant Principal William Jensen were fired from their jobs over the Shana Taylor scandal.
They did nothing wrong, and that public needs to know that.
And moments after hearing their fate in Thursday's board meeting and the emotions running strong, they shared their story with RTV6.
My first instinct, my first actions to immediately call my supervisors.
Jensen was the first to know about former IPS counselor Shana Taylor's alleged sexual relationship with a student. As soon as he found out, he says he called Lesser and the director of the district's human resources, Tina Hester. And Hester told him not to call police.
I followed exactly what she told me to do. Unfortunately, she told me not to call police that night.
Lesser says both her and Jensen followed the district's policy that's been on the books for years.
If you read the school district's policy, the very last sentence of the administrative guidelines, it will tell you to either call the chief of HR or the Title IX coordinator, as they are your primary contacts for these issues.
The entire scandal stems from waiting 6 days to report child abuse allegations involving Taylor, who was criminally charged earlier this year. State law requires it to be reported to police and DCS immediately. Over the period of the next few weeks and after the initial report, both Lesser and Jensen were suspended and interviewed by IPS officials and police.
Please know that the police investigated Mr. Jensen and myself as well. You didn't see any criminal charges there because we did our jobs and we followed the policy as written by the district.
Hesser and another IPS Human Resources employee, Shalon Dabley, were charged with failure to report for waiting those 6 days to report the alleged crime to authorities.
It's frustrating to see your superintendent say in the press, all I knew was, well, Dr. Farabee knew everything I knew. Why? Because I made the report that went to Dr. Farabee.
Deb Lesser told us she thought she was going to lose her job. That's because she saw it posted online. And even though she was terminated tonight, the job was posted more than 2 weeks ago. We asked the district about that, and they say they're looking into it, and they have no comment tonight. Reporting live outside of IPS headquarters, I'm Paris Lubell. Call 6 Investigates.
And strong words there about the superintendent. Paris, thank you. Kevin Betts, the attorney representing William Jensen and Deb Lesser, says IPS Superintendent Dr. Louis Farabee found out about the Shana Taylor allegations the same day as Jensen and Lesser, but also failed to notify police or the Department of Child Services. Documents show Farabee says it wasn't his job to ask more questions about what kind of relationship took place. The school board tonight did accept the resignations of Tina Hester and Shalon Dabney. The Human Resources employees were criminally charged with failure to report, meaning they didn't immediately report the Shana Taylor allegations to police or the Department of Child Services.